Hello and welcome to the 10th episode of the Late Night Shenanigang Podcast. I'm joined by Mr. Kilgore, Mr. Dyson, and the lovely Gary Busey, who still really wants us to talk about buttered sausage. How are you guys doing?
Fantastic.
Buttered sausage. I want to talk about buttered sausage. I'm doing great.
All right. What's going on, guys? Kilgore, you have any updates on your house, your situation, your tractor?
Yes. Sorta. Kinda. So I made a...
Oh, you're going to elaborate. I'm sorry. Yes.
Yes. Steak's head. Right.
Moving on.
No, we made a weight barrel for the back of it. However, there seems to be some sort of problem with it picking it up, and it should easily pick it up. So that's a problem.
Hydraulics?
Yeah.
Low? Oil or air bubble in it?
Yeah, we checked, and I think it's got the wrong viscosity oil in it. I think somebody went ahead and just like, oh yeah, gear oil, threw it in there, and they just didn't think.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And they didn't put hydraulic oil; they put gear oil in it. Like
I just think it's too. Yeah, it's too like thick. I mean, I'm thinking that the rear end and the hydraulic system uses the same oil, and I think that's for ease of maintenance and use. But I think somebody threw the wrong weight in there, so they put in like 80, 90 weight or something like that, and it it should only be like 30 weight or something.
I'm assuming you have like the model number for the tractor. It should have like an owner's manual online. It will tell you if it's the same.
Yeah, online I type in the 1953 Jubilee tractor hydraulics, and it comes up with 30 weight oil.
Gotcha.
And we cracked
it for the rear end and the hydraulics is the same, or that's my concern.
You see, when you open up what they claim to be the hydraulic oil entry, it goes right into the rear end case.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm thinking that the rear end and the hydraulics are the same oil.
Run off the same chamber or something?
Yeah, I think it just picks it right up and just shoots it through the hydraulic system. Although the bucket hydraulics and the rear end hydraulics for the 3-point hitch are two separate systems.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
Different PTOs and everything?
Well, they're different. It's got so like the rails that go around, like if you see like a picture of it.
I'm looking at it.
Like there's these tubes that go around the front of the tractor, and that's where you actually put the hydraulic fluid in for the arms and bucket.
For the bucket? Okay.
Yeah. And for the actual rear end and 3-point hitch, it looks like you open up the cover underneath the seat there, and it all just goes in there.
It sounds right. That sounds right to me, dude. I'm looking at it. Yeah, that sounds right. Because how are you going to get the hose from the front to the back without it wearing off and being super long, especially back then when they made it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So, we spent probably a good 30 minutes looking around, and we even cracked the top of what you can actually run hoses off of the, like underneath the seat there, there's two little spots that you can just run hoses off of. But for some reason, they didn't do that. They just put on a bucket that has its own system. So that's kind of neat. But for picking up the weight bucket, I need to repair that system back there. And I think largely either the pump is probably tired or somebody put the wrong weight oil in it, or both.
I mean, I would start I would start with the most inexpensive thing first, and that's probably the oil. Is it an easy way to drain it out and to
Yeah,
add the
there's a
correct?
big nut on the bottom. You just let it all
Nice.
come out.
Yeah, that would probably be the first thing I started with. I mean, it probably wouldn't hurt it anyway, Kilgore. You know, to
Yeah, I
change
don't-
fluid, especially if it was they put the wrong stuff in there.
Yeah, the transmission definitely needs to be changed, like the oil that's in there. Because I opened it up out of curiosity before we started the podcast here, and it is the wrong color.
That's
Is
never
it black?
good.
It's like coffee color, which is even worse.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Which means like there's
yeah.
probably water and shit in there
rust.
too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't hurt at all to do that kind of stuff on it. I mean, it probably hasn't been done in a super long time.
it probably hasn't been looked at ever.
I wonder if the motor oil is going to be the same way then. Jeez.
Yeah, I'm curious if it's like, 30 weight oil throughout, like
Mhm.
ease of
They
use.
used the
Okay,
same. They flew it all the way through it. Here, let's put it in a gas tank too.
They bought the 50.
just
They
get a
bought the
50
50-gallon drum, and we're like, well, we don't. I
Yeah.
already got more oil, so we don't need another one.
right. I think that's probably what they were thinking back in the 50s. Like, oh, you just order a fucking big ass drum of this shit and fucking just fill it right up. Throw some here, throw some there, whatever. You're done.
What's the boards on the front of it? Why are those boards there? What's that?
I don't
that
know.
nothing
It's some
goes
kind of
through the-
like it's some kind of like brush
Green?
guard. I'm assuming that they put like the wood on there to keep it from like scratching or denting in the metal. Although the metal's
Yeah,
pretty
the
thick too.
Is the radiator behind that?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it was to protect the radiator from not getting damaged or something.
There's also supposed to be a grill there, but it's missing.
Yeah, that's probably what it was. They probably ripped it off before they put that on there. Well, we don't have the grill no more, so we'll just make one. Mm-hmm.
That's what happens when you live at the corner of East Bumfuck and you got a pretty mouth.
Right? They were like, well, we lost the bumper, but this piece of wood will act as our quote unquote crumple zone.
Yeah,
I think that's probably
a-
the general idea.
it looks like there was a license plate on the side of the bucket there on that little where it's rusty.
Oh yeah, no, that was the manufacturer of the bucket or the lifting arms,
Hmm.
and one of the plates has fallen off. It actually says Lord on it.
Mm.
It's a Lord loader. I don't
Oh, so it's not original for that.
know if it's well. I don't think Ford put buckets on them.
Oh, they painted it the same though. Looks like
Well, it's actually supposed to be red.
the whole tractor.
Mhm.
Huh. So yeah, someone painted it blue. Didn't they change it to
Well-
that color at a later date or something?
I think like that's the same color blue as like Ford was painting their engines at one point.
Yeah.
Like you'd see it a lot in like the Fox body Mustangs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then GM was like GM orange,
Yeah. Makes sense.
So somebody was probably like, "Oh, hey, yeah, this is a Ford tractor, paint it blue."
Yeah, I think I had I say I. My father had one. It was gray and red.
That's what this one's supposed to be. It's supposed to be gray and red.
So this is the one I learned how to drive on without the bucket on it. Then it's, I don't know,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's the same thing. Yep. It's basically
It is.
an 8N or a 9N.
They were hard to kill though, dude. They were.
Oh, they're
kept
still out there
kept going. Yeah.
Yeah, 90 years later, some shit.
And now I understand why it's still going, even with the wrong fluids and stuff in it. So this one should have a PTO, right? There's a where you can connect like a brush hog and shit on the back of that.
Oh yeah,
Does it have that? I don't remember.
yeah, it's back there. I haven't tried to use it yet, but the lifting arms, that's what we're having trouble with currently.
Oh, yeah, I think we had a blade for ours that went back there. We lift it up. And
Yeah, you can do that too. The rear arms on this, they're kind of unique. So They attach on one side and then the other. And
Yeah.
then the middle arm, if you have like ground engaging implements, if it catches something, it'll move that. There's like a spring, it'll move it forward. And if you have the lever underneath the seat down, it'll actually pick up the implement by itself and then put it back down.
Huh.
Yeah, just to get over.
Maybe for like disconnecting something to make it easier to disconnect.
Well, what it does is it automatically lifts. So if it snags something that, is starting to bog down the tractor, it'll pick it right up.
Sure.
And then if you lift that lever back up, it'll just you can use another lever to just set the depth of however you want to be. And then, if it drags too hard, it won't lift it. It'll just stay stationary.
See.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks very familiar to me. I mean, it just blew now. But yeah, it's been a minute since I've seen one of these.
Yeah, well, the cool thing about it is it tripped me out at first. So when you put the lever to where it should be first in like a car or whatever, it's not first.
Yeah. Really? Backwards?
It's reverse. Yeah.
Hmm.
So you pull it out of reverse and you go all the way to the side and then up. That's where first is.
Huh.
And then second is back out, back to the left side and then down. And that's second. And then third is right behind first.
Yeah. Okay, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's just on the right instead of the left. Oh.
Right. I mean, you'd think that first would be the first. You'd think it'd be the first position, but it's not.
It's not like you're hauling too much going down the road and, need those higher gears. You're pretty much probably going to be in first or second, I would think.
Yeah, you're never ever. You'll probably rarely ever see third,
Mm-hmm.
unless it's by accident.
I would think third would be reserved for, when you have it propped up and you're using the tire as an engine for like a sawmill or something like that.
That's funny.
Yeah,
My
maybe.
dad did that with it. That's so funny, man.
Third's for when I'm headed to Pave's house to flip his car. I'll be there in several months.
It was a grinder for my dad got from an auction from the house up the road, and it was for like grinding wheat, and it was a separate entity, and it had a huge belt on it. My dad took the tire off and put a small hub on it, and then hooked the belt to that, and that's how he ran the grinder for the. Yeah, it's so funny you said that, dude.
Pretty commonplace, really. Like, this is what you got. You make it work.
Yep.
That's just, that's
See,
how it's done.
Back then, everything was a Swiss Army knife. Everything had a multi-purpose. You didn't buy things for just one purpose. You needed an engine.
Yeah.
That thing's got an engine in it. Prop it up and run it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that reminds me of, though? Saying that, Paige, is it's like I go to the dentist, right? I'm gonna go to the dentist. If I need a wisdom tooth pulled, the dentist pulled it. Now I gotta go to an oral surgeon to pull that out, and the dentist does this, and that person does that, and this person over here does this. Can we just fucking keep this simple and put it all in one fucking place? Come on,
too many
now.
specialties.
Yes.
Stop that.
Right,
Keep it
dentists
simple, stupid.
Dentists are already not real doctors. They could just, learn how to be a doctor and then be an oral surgeon as well. Sorry if you're out here and you're sorry if you're out here and you're a dentist and you think you're a doctor. You're not. If my regular insurance doesn't cover it, then you're not a doctor.
I am so.
You'll see the.
We used to have lights on our fenders. Does yours have a spot for that? Like orange and red?
No, it's got a spot for a work light, but that's it.
Okay. Yeah, ours has like it's orange on the front, and it was red in the back. That way, when you hit the brake, it lit it up or whatever.
With the 3 wires that's on it, that's not one of them. Man.
But yeah, there was a couple months back, this girl. I mean, there was a huge trend of it, of people who were not actual dental technicians, or maybe they were assistants who were like, well, I can do it because I'm an assistant, who were selling botched after not aftermarket, but like black market veneers and stuff. And like this one lady, I think I want to say she's either in court or has been sentenced. I can't remember what I read, but yeah, she was super gluing people's veneers in to their mouth.
Oh my gosh.
Dude. How do I get that treatment?
They were selling their
break
services
down
on
every time.
TikTok, so just type in super glue veneers and keep scrolling.
Yeah, you know what? I'm more of the person. I'll just do it myself.
You should go to Temu instead of TikTok.
It's the same thing. TikTok is just the QBC for Temu.
Oh, it's the video production
Right,
side
it's
of it.
the video production side of it. Like, you know, I just recently, and I know you as well, Dyson, got access to the TikTok shop, and you can sell things with an affiliate link. And it's just like everything it's sending me is like, oh, this would be great for your viewers, and it's like, I wouldn't recommend this. I wouldn't recommend anybody buy this. Yeah, I mean, sure, the item, whatever it's supposed to be, cool thing. That brand, I wouldn't tell my worst enemy to buy that one, because
Actually,
first off, you're not gonna get it on time. I love this. I love the one that was the Elgato Steam Deck knockoff. Was like, oh, it's you know, the Elgato is you know, $200, and then but ours is $115. So look how much cheaper it is. By the way, it's $150 shipping, so you're still gonna pay more for the knockoff than you would the original one. So it's like, what?
can I?
And there's no guarantee that it'll actually show up to your door. You know, so just I have a few things on there, and I did what Pink told me to do, where before I added it, I reviewed and I had Honey review them as well, because she's a meticulous kind of person. So I had her do the background check on all of these sellers and the products, and are these people actually getting the product? Is it the right product that they're getting? You know, that kind of stuff. So I've tried to vet it, but I still don't trust any of it. Like I can't bring myself to like click the button to make shoppable video and then like attach my brand officially to somebody else's Temu product. Like I can't do it. I can't in good faith do it.
So I don't know if you guys have seen like the Vevor brand stuff on TikTok Shop.
The what brand?
VEVOR. So
Sure.
I didn't buy this off TikTok Shop. I actually bought this off of Walmart. But remember I was telling you like the lights went out in the camper in that last storm and all that crap, and I had to get a power inverter to make all the lights and stuff work. I didn't realize it, but I had bought a Vevor brand inverter. And after I got it and I was looking at it, I was like, I probably could have just bought this off the TikTok Shop.
Right? You could have been like, hey, Dyson, hey, Pathy, put this on your TikTok shop. You get the commission, I get the thing for cheap.
right? I was getting a lot of ads for like the Vivor chainsaws and like a few other of their products, and I was like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
those are
remember seeing
those are
those
pretty
too.
cool.
Yeah, I remember seeing those. It was like a generator, not a generator, but like a battery pack kind of generator kind of thing. It
Yeah,
was
they also
going.
have. Actually, I might ask you
Yeah.
guys to do this. They have like a diesel powered like heater that you can.
Yes, that's where I saw that too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I may ask you guys. Be like, hey, you're only gonna sell
Yeah,
one,
and
but
you push the yeah, and then you stick the exhaust out the window or wall or something. I think it was. I saw that too. That's where I knew that name from.
I just like stick it outside and then run the. It's like
The
a
heat,
heater hose. Like
run,
it's
yeah,
from a
run the
heater
heat
hose.
heat
Yeah.
pipe in.
Yeah,
I
you don't want to breathe diesel.
Yeah,
at
I
all. I'll just
wouldn't
leave it
I
outside.
wouldn't trust that to be on the inside of the house at all.
They have it in their garage. Basically, it heats the garage pretty well. Is where I see most
Okay.
of it, or a shop or a shed or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen. Actually, what I've seen most often is like those ones that are in like the house trailers. You know what I'm talking about? They're like I
Uh-huh.
don't know, maybe
Yeah.
Oh, they have
like
the ceramic in the back of it with a gas propane or
yeah, either liquid propane or K1.
yeah.
Yeah, they have like the house trailers. Like they just ripped like the heater out of it and they put it in their garage.
Oh, right. I got
Yeah,
you.
but these are like
Oh,
huge
yeah.
garages, like fucking
Yeah, those things are monstrous.
like big rig mechanics or whatever. They'll have those in their garage. They'll also run them off like recycled oil instead of just straight K1.
So that way while you're heating the house, you're like, "Oh, McDonald's does sound good right now."
Not even just McDonald's, like actual like engine oil and stuff like that.
Yeah, they as long as it combusts, they'll use it.
Well, I've seen a lot of guys like they'll filter it out really good because you don't want to have like uh, metal shavings in there, but they'll filter it out and then they'll like mix it with like spoiled gasoline, stuff that's
Mhm.
sat around for a long time. They'll mix that in, and it'll be like the same, like burning temperature as like K1.
Hmm. Oh, you mean like the fuel that we find in Horizon, Beyond Horizon, where they have piss and water in it?
Yeah,
More than
sort of.
gas.
Except piss and water, it's like gasoline and diesel,
Yeah.
or gasoline and motor oil, I should say.
Mm.
I can't wait to get back to that game.
Yeah,
I
there's been
I
some
would like
updates.
to I'd like to be able to afford that game so I can play with y'all. We could all just imagine the three of us all trying to get that physics
If
engine to cooperate.
if
Well, we know
somehow
that.
by some miracle I get a computer soon that is capable of running it, I'll buy you the damn game.
Yeah, that'll
Well, we
be
know where to
awesome,
get all the tires from. Kilgore would
right?
put all
Yeah,
those and put them on his
Kil-
on his car.
Listen,
Kilgore will
listen, you
have
make
all
money for
the
that.
Blow out.
Kilgore will have all of the tires. Dyson's the only one who can find turbos, so he'll have all the turbos.
Now we gotta find what
That's
Patey's
funny.
good at.
I'll be carrying all
Right.
the decorative items. you
He'll
already have
probably
a
just-
you already have the rubber chicken on your exhaust. Yeah, but what if I lose it? I need another one.
He'll probably
We
be
need
in that
10
room
more.
with the shopping carts and the camera.
That's
He'll be in there
You'll
the whole time.
still it's funny is I still haven't seen that room. You've hyped it up so much, but every time you get to it, I'm either not there or you
Beach.
open it up and it's not the right it's not the right random number
the right room.
generator, right?
Damn it! I don't think I'm going to be getting a computer anytime soon, so you don't have to worry about that.
But I told my mom because she shops on Temu like more than she shops on anything else nowadays, and I'm like, if there's something on Temu that you want, tell me first, and I'll put it on my shop, and then I'll get a $2 kickback from your $5 item. It's a win-win for everyone.
Yeah, my dad is he's horrible with Temu. He'll fucking scroll for years. A lot of the shit that burnt up in the kitchen was just a bunch of the shit that he got off Temu. Like, oh yeah, I couldn't pass these up. Like, I don't know, something stupid like he found a package of like 10, work lights for like, ATV or tractor or whatever, and they were so cheap he just bought them and took the one he needed and just gave the rest to me. And he'll just do shit like that.
Bulbs not included?
Everything's there.
Oh, I see.
I don't know, man. I don't know why he do the things that he do, but he do them.
All right, are we ready for some? Topics, or we got still got some more gas in this conversation?
Oh, I don't know. Whatever.
The first one is the worst time to laugh, but did anyway, like a funeral, classroom, wedding.
I have one of those.
Oh yeah.
I have one of those. Yes. It's air conditioning related and heater. So.
It's good if he starts out with a giggle.
I went to this really ritzy house over here, and with a furnace. You have a furnace which is gas powered usually, and you can cut the side out of it, and so there's a blower on the bottom, and it pulls the air from the side and it blows it through the furnace, and then there's a coil on top. Well, this guy says, oh, this air conditioner's never worked correctly. I go there and say, well, which one is it? And I start looking at it, and he has an air handler. The difference between a furnace and an air handler is just there's no gas in it. It all works off of the refrigerant in the system, and the coil's inside the air handler in the box, and it's the bottom, and then you get the coil in the bottom, then you have a blower, and then you have the electronics and stuff all in the top. Well, whoever installed his air handler thought they were a genius, and they cut the side out of the air handler, the panel, the wall, and all the air was not going through the coil, it was going around the coil. And he goes, the air's never working correctly. I don't understand. I started giggling, and I was like, I don't know who put this in, buddy. They truly did not know what they were doing. And he looked at me. I said, I'm sorry. It's a nervous laugh. It's not funny.
It's a little bit funny.
It was all funny. But they didn't know what they were doing. I know it's hard to understand if you don't out there or know about it, but yeah, they totally screwed it up. And I said, we have to reroute this, take this thing out, fix it, put it back in. He never called me back, but it'll burn out that unit before it'll work right. It's bad.
It's probably his nephew did it.
It's a newer house that they moved in. There's a lot of resale value in this area where I live. Houses sell constantly.
Hey, how'd you know my nephew's house burned down?
Yeah, right. Oh, I like the meme.
Oh, about 2 or 3 months. How did you know? Oh.
Yeah, I have one that's similar. It wasn't laughing, but it was a kind of a like embarrassing thing where so my mom learned as a young mother that she needed to figure out a different way to punish her ADD, ADHD, hyperactive, dyslexic child that wasn't let me take you out of this area so I can spank you in the hall or in the bathroom or whatever because you're being noisy. I put an end to that real quick. Of course, as a young child, it wasn't on purpose, but we were in the middle of church, and of course I don't remember this. This is all stories relayed to me by her, but we're in the middle of church, and I don't think that particular moment that I was going to get in trouble. Like, I don't think that she was taking me out of the church because I was acting up or anything. I think it was just she needed to go or whatever. I don't know the exact story, but I do know that I had learned pattern recognition, and if I'm, if the room is quiet and I'm, focused on myself and mom grabs my arm and we start going somewhere, I've done something wrong. And so in the middle of church, apparently in the middle of the prayer, I scream at the top of my lung, "No, no, Mom! Mom wanted to spank! No, I didn't do it! No!" my mom said she turned every color and every shade of red and ran out the door with me just flailing like a flag behind her.
That's funny.
Daddy, no.
No, Daddy, no.
No.
Like,
And the in that same thread, years later, when I was I think it was either preteen or something like that. My dad, who was not very often in the picture, had come over to visit. And let's be honest, he didn't come over to visit. He lives in a podunk town, and we live in the big city, so he came over to do Christmas shopping. And since we were here, he was like, "Well, I'll take them Christmas shopping so I can, pretend like I'm a real father and get him a toy or something." Anyway, we were going around this big mall, and he I don't remember what I did, but I pissed him off. And he was like, I'm gonna spank you. And by this point in my life, like, I'm an ADD child. Like, spanking was a thing of life. Like, it wasn't even a big deal to me to get spanked anymore because it was just, okay, sure. I wear an extra pair of underwear every day because this is before they understood that just beating a child because they have ADD is not necessarily the answer. But so he's taken me into the bathroom to spank me in this big mall, and I start fighting him on it, and he's like, "No, you're coming with me," and I was like, "No, you have to listen to me, not in there," and he's like, I don't care what you're saying." And he's so enraged, and he thinks that I'm just trying to get out of getting spanked. He drags me into the women's restroom to spank me. My father drags his son into the women's restroom to spank him, and I'm over here like, "No, it's just the wrong one. You want to spank me in that one over there."
Daddy, no.
Oh, everybody! There's a lot of women staring at us like, "Excuse me, what the fuck is going on here?" I'm sure they all have a story about that one time this guy came in, beat his son in the women's restroom, and then walked back out.
Some of them applauding it, some of them going, "Oh,
What the hell? Oh,
foul
That just
language in front of a lady? Daddy, no.
no, wrong one. No, not that bathroom.
jeez. I can't relate, actually.
I'm starting to realize, telling stories on the podcast, it's either a lot of my stories are me in trouble. What do you remember of your childhood? I remember that I apparently was a little shit. That's all I remember.
Well, if the belt fits, roll
If the if the
Shit.
cord swings, swing it.
We always had that fork and the spoon on the wall from the 70s, you know, those kind of things, those big
Uh-huh.
wooden spoon and fork. That's what I remember getting blistered with that.
Same.
My mom used to break cooking utensils over my ass, like wooden spoons, metal spoons. It didn't matter. My ass could take it.
Yeah, they were decorative. They were big ones. They were just decorative on the wall. And I think I was watching a video. I was doom scrolling, and yeah, I saw them in the background of some grandparents' house, and I most definitely commented on there. As I've been looking for those forks and spoons to burn.
You know which Jeff Foxworthy joke I took personally?
A Jeff Foxworthy joke?
Yeah, he do the "you might be a redneck if."
Uh-huh.
Well, he did one. He said, you know, you might be a redneck if you keep a fly swatter on the front seat of the car to reach the children in the back. And that's when I knew.
Yeah, the adults in my life learned that the fly swatter didn't have enough heft to it to make a difference. I would ignore it.
You just got to put a little extra heft behind it. Trust me.
I guess it depends on if you're buying the plastic handle one or if you're buying the metal handle one.
Metal handle all the way. That's the ones we had.
we,
In the front seat of the
we had
car.
the metal handle one, and they whacked me until that handle was all bent out of shape, and I was like, "Are you done?"
I'm telling you, it catches you in the side of the face just right. Yeah. Ow. Ow. I mean, what? Who said that?
But I feel like I grew up to be a well-adjusted adult, so I don't know how much we're going to equate that to spanking is a good thing. But I do, you know, I learned respect. I feel like there's a lot of the younger generation that just doesn't know about it, and I'm not saying that you need to spank your children. I'm saying, you know, there's we have a whole prison system of the timeout. You know, isn't prison just timeout and let's see how well that works? Oh yeah, repeat offenders is off the charts.
Yeah, back in our day, it used to be take time out of our busy day to whoop your ass. That's the time out I got. Or my stepdad was famous for, you want something to cry about? No?
That phrase always made me mad because like I wasn't just I wasn't a cry for attention kind of kid. If I was crying, it was already like there was already something wrong. And but then again, I just had an abusive stepfather who thought that children should be seen and not heard, and so if there was something wrong and the children were crying, it was time to beat the children because they shouldn't be crying. It's not his job to figure out why you're crying. It's his job to make you shut up.
Right. I think my stepdad's, like, you know, all of his mannerisms came from the farm that he grew up on, because he didn't grow up with my step grandfather, or step grandmother. He was put in a like a boys' home, and it was called, this might be kind of, you know, broadcasting to everyone right where I fucking live, but whatever. It's called the Opportunity Farm, for boys, and I think a lot of his, mannerisms and things that he said and did came from there.
Yeah, probably. All right, we ready to move on? The next one is unexplained family traditions, stuff that your family did that you thought was normal until you told someone else and they were like, "Y'all do what?"
This is where I want to make something funny up, but I don't have anything.
I've been on the and maybe it is normal, but um my family, we went, like I said, my father and I are um we're on speaking terms. I personally don't have a problem with him at all. But he just wasn't around growing up. And for a while there, um there were several Christmases in a row that I don't even know that I probably got a Christmas card, but that was the extent of it, maybe a phone call. Um and and the and so between being a child and what their Christmas tradition now is completely different. So when I was a child, everybody went over to grandma's house and grandma had gifts for everyone. That was, and you know, as far as I know, that's normal. Well, now because um grandma had so many children and her children had so many children, um Christmas at grandma's house, I guess, and it makes sense. It's expensive to buy things for everybody, kind of thing. And so Christmas at grandma's house is now bingo night, um, where everybody in the family gets a bingo card, and they play bingo. And once you get a bingo, you come up and you pick a gift off of the gift table, which is, everybody who comes is supposed to bring one or two items for the gift table. And so it kind of makes it so that everybody is buying one or two gifts instead of buying, 30 gifts because there's 30 people um, but I thought it was so strange. And then of course they play, at the very end, they play Blackout. So it's whoever, I think they do it twice. But yeah, they whoever blacks out their board gets $100 bill. But I thought that was because it just and I just the difference in what Christmas at grandma's used to be and to what it is now, just it felt weird to me. I was only invited to it for the first time last year, so I had no idea that was going on. But apparently, it was a tradition that my father just didn't invite his sons to.
Yeah, my dad don't celebrate. So.
Or maybe he did invite us, but my brother is military and is overseas, and up until last year, I was very busy, especially around the holidays. So maybe it was just I couldn't go. I don't know. A lot of stuff, a lot of the minutia, the details, and that kind of stuff, kind of elude me. But uh, yeah. Anybody else get some weird family traditions? Tyson,
Uh,
you'll chase the chicken every
family traditions.
Yeah, weird
family traditions.
family traditions that are not normal until you thought were normal until someone else was like, what?
I have to think about that one. I'm gonna have to get. You might have to go back, come back to me. You
All right.
Marinate on that one.
Well,
How
I
about?
mean, if
Oh,
you're waiting for me to talk about family traditions, we don't really have any because as a family, we're kind of just like, yeah, sure.
here's
So how much time did that buy you, Dyson?
here's one that we can skip over. When did you try a DIY project and regret it? Projects that fought back. We already know that story.
Setting up streams.
So at my house,
Oh yeah, your Frankenstream setup.
Yeah.
That took a while for us to iron out all the kinks, and I still need to after the podcast before your stream try and get your text to speech working. If you want to do that.
what have we done now?
Let's see here. No, we already did the family traditions. What's a random skill that you accidentally picked up? That you're a skill that you're able to do that you never were actually um that you actually learned. It just was you just picked it up from somewhere.
I don't know. I'm a pretty good hype man in TikTok.
Right?
This just came to me.
Right?
That one
You're just born with that, though.
unexpected.
It was in you.
Possibly.
What was born into me is learning how to turn wrenches. That just came kind of natural. I didn't go seeking it out. It just came to me. I was like, I don't know, probably 6 years old. I was taking the training wheels off my bike, riding around the parking lot of the apartment complex we lived at.
I learned a bunch of um when I was a bartender. I learned a bunch of the fancy stuff that you do with the bottles, tossing bottles around and stuff like that. No one taught me how to do that. In fact, they highly encouraged that I didn't do it. But I'm a fidgeter, so I would you start just tossing the bottle from hand to hand, then you get a little fancy with it, and you get a little bit more fancy with it, and then all of a sudden you're throwing more than one bottle in the air while you're pouring drinks, and the manager's yelling at you.
Yeah, I had a girlfriend that was a bartender, and she used to bring empty bottles home and fill them up with water to try to test, to practice, I guess. I think they call that flair, right?
Yeah.
Side note, Pave is also a rodeo clown.
Huh.
And juggles often.
Well, what's really funny is that I have I have the hand-eye coordination and the basic mastery of physics to juggle bottles with different levels of liquid in them. I can't juggle. I can't do it. I've tried. I can't get the rhythm down.
I can do crystal sticks. What a lot of people call them devil sticks. There's two sticks in your hand, they're rubber coated, and you got the big stick in the middle with the leather ends on it. I can do those. Actually, I was in a newspaper for doing it in the summertime, and it was like a river raft race. So I just showed my daughter that the other day. Actually, here, look at this. But I can't juggle either.
I got a quick question.
Toy a little bit.
Dyson, how many times have you been on the news?
I don't know. Once, and probably that once. That was
I've been on there twice.
Oh no, there was another time I got in a car accident, so they put that in there too. And I had I was trying to fix my girlfriend at the time car, and I was going to test drive it, and a garbage truck went through the stop sign and hit it, ruined her car. I was in the paper for that one too. That was horrible. Horrible. Skipping school, trying to help her fix her car when they were moving and stuff. It was bad.
Yeah. Sorry for the topic change. I just wanted to know.
I've been on. I don't know about like in the news proper. My grandmother was in the news, and I technically was in the news because they showed a picture of me. But there's a story about heart surgery, a rare heart surgery or a new procedure for a rare heart surgery or something like that. She was one of the first patients to survive it. But I've been in the newspaper many times. Mainly for like accolades and stuff like that. Like I got I'd have to go look it up, but I won an award from our our sitting Congress member for my area at one time. I don't remember what. I think it had to do with video and audio technician stuff. So I guess I'm still in the right thread, even though it took me, 20 years to get back into it.
Yeah, no, I'd say you're on the right track.
Should have listened to my congressman when he told me to stick to it, kid. Maybe I would have been XQC or whatever.
See,
household
you
name.
never know. Especially by now, Yeah, but then you wouldn't have met me.
Well, I'm sure I would have, like, 'cause I would have 100% taken the millions of dollars to go over to Mixer. You want me to stream where? Aye.
Yeah, well, even then, I didn't even watch those guys that they brought over. So I was like, yeah, whatever. I didn't watch Ninja. I didn't watch King Goliathan. I didn't watch any of those guys.
But I'm I like to know the people in my space, so I probably would have found you.
Perhaps. I mean, Ninja did, raid into one of my friends once on there.
That's cool.
Hmm.
Here,
Anyway, to the news thing.
Uh-huh.
I was on the news as a child because my family runs like a maple syrup business, and it was like apparently a big deal because we were featured on Bill Green's Maine, and it was like 5 generations of us all doing the maple syrup thing at that time. So that was the first time I was on the news, and the last time I was on the news is because of my house. Apparently, that was a big deal.
I told you that I went outside. Oh my god. I just went outside and I live in a duplex. And so I just had some grown woman move in next door, and you can hear through the window even when it's closed, like when someone's laughing or their TV, but I can't hear through the wall. This lady's playing a recorder. And it sounds like that failed recorder Jurassic Park style.
Dyson had Squidward move in next door to him.
Yes.
Is she grumpy?
No. I'm listening to it right now.
Yeah, have you talked to her? Have you had any interactions? Does she have
Yeah, I had
big
someone said
nose?
hi.
Speaking of humorous interactions with females, I'm monitoring I monitor all of the chats that I help manage, including Dyson's and Jess's, and I'm monitoring Kilgore's. There's just no activity there. I don't know why.
Why is
But
that?
I'm also monitoring the 24-hour channel, and Pink is in there, and she goes, "I don't hear any sound coming through," and I was like, "Okay." I like while y'all are talking, I was like, I typed to her, I was like, "I'll check it after we get done recording the podcast. Thanks for the heads up." And then 3 minutes later, she says, "Oh, so just an FYI, you have to turn your headphones on to hear things."
That's what messed her up the other day when she couldn't hear her volume. She had the capture card plugged in, and it was taking the sound away from it.
Oh, Pink.
I love Pink.
Oh my
She's
God.
so fun, and she's just a comedy of errors sometimes.
But with, not at. just saying.
Now, with me, it's at. With her, it's with. Right?
Yeah, that's correct. Love you, Paisley.
Yeah, sure. Grumble, grumble, grumble.
What have I got myself into?
So, times that you misheard song lyrics and sang them wrong in front of people.
Oh, I keep seeing those on my feed constantly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They just pick random songs, and you think they're saying whatever. Woke up like a douche in the middle of the night.
That's how I wake up.
I was about to say, they got a camera in my room.
Oh, gross. There's so many of them though that I see, and I'm like, yeah, that does sound like that. I can't
Or
think of any of it right
there
now
was
besides that one. But
there was one that was I think the actual lyric is "Excuse me while I kiss the sky," and I could have sworn it was "Excuse me while I kiss this guy."
Purple haze.
or
Okay.
or Prince. I until like even nowadays I still can't hear the correct. I know the correct lyrics, but I still can't hear it when he's um when it's like the elevator and it's like um when the elevator tries to break down, go crazy, and the lyric is put it to high floor. But I cannot. I through the years have said many different things, but it was never put it to high floor.
What is
Jackson songs, that one word or that I can't remember it now. Dang it! It says "mother." My mother told me to dance or something like that. My mother and everybody thinks it's some kind of gibberish word, and they all say the same thing, but that's not what he's saying.
All
I
right.
can't remember the song.
Or
I have a friend. What's it? REM. Losing my religion.
Huh?
She goes. That's pee in the corner.
just
the actual,
just the
who knows
song.
the actual
The song points out that in the corner of the recording studio, someone had urinated.
Well, she knows the actual lyric, but she thinks that that's funnier, and I just go with it.
Well, my ADD constantly makes me like purposely screw up lyrics, which is why on our streams, whenever we start improv singing a song, I'm so good at it because I do that in my sleep. I do that on a daily basis. But I think one that nobody knows the lyrics to, or they're just gibberish lyrics, is I'm blue, I would die, or if I was green, I would die, or
Yeah, I saw the green one recently.
or Teen Spirit. Does anybody know any of the lyrics of Teen Spirit?
Uh, yeah, but he's not here right now.
Yeah. He
He
doesn't have to
knows.
be here to I think Weird Al did a parody of it where he like sang it with marbles in his mouth.
Wasn't also who sings Iris? Isn't there like that guy who sings a lot of songs that you can't understand what he's saying?
The Pearl Jam. A lot of people say
Pearl
they can't
Jam, yeah.
understand that either.
There was a country
And then-
song that a female country song singer that for like 2 months was all over my For You page, was people just playing the song to it was like not even a southerner can understand what she's saying. And I'll tell you what, I got most of the words. I got more words than most of the people in the trend, but several of them were like, I really don't know what you're trying to say there, lady.
Huh.
Trying.
Just nod your head. Yep.
Oh goodness. Um. Uh. A time when you tried too hard to look cool and failed and embarrassed yourself.
Oh. Yeah.
Sounds like you got a good story.
I don't know if it's a good story, but it's a story. So I was trying to impress a girl.
That's how all those stories start.
Yeah. Stupid me. I was like, yeah, I'll run, I'll jump, I'll do like a flip. It'll be cool. She'll be like, wow, you're an idiot. And you know what? I was right. Because I ran, jumped, did a flip, and I didn't make it all the way around. And
Ooh.
I popped my shoulder out of orbit.
Ooh,
Ooh.
Yeah.
hurt.
Do you know how we reset that?
Hey, you gotta just shove it back in.
Yeah. So I
Here,
had somebody.
bite down on this wallet while we shove it back in.
Yeah, I had somebody put their foot in my armpit and pull and then push.
Yeah, I've done a lot of resetting of joints when I was in gymnastics, so I understand the pain and the like.
Oh, still to this day.
The sound still haunts me.
Yeah, dude, it's not nice.
Um, yeah, I, me personally, until like kind of recently, never thought very highly of myself. So, like, I never tried to be the cool guy. I was like, no, that's just not me. I can't do it. It's not me. So, there are plenty of times that I have tried to be normal and failed.
Well,
But yeah, too many times to recount.
If you had to pick one,
If I had to pick one, It's probably something to do with theater, like just trying to be a normal theater kid, which I know is a misnomer. It's an oxymoron, but like um tried. I can't even. I don't even remember. That's my brain's like, we purged this for a reason. You're not dredging this back up.
Huh.
Maybe it's best to leave sleeping dogs lie.
Right. I know that there's a story there, but my brain is like, I'm not helping you get that back. You want to be up for the next week going, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I did that. Oh. Dyson, do you have anything on that one?
No, nothing comes to mind, to be honest.
He's just a cool dude. Anything he does,
He's
try to be
naturally
cool.
cool.
It just happens.
No, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I just know my limitations. So.
Every time Dyson farts, it sounds like Fonzie, like "Hey."
That's funny.
Dyson is the epitome of cool.
I don't know about that, guys.
I
Can't
don't know.
get any more
I think
cool.
I think you're a pretty cool dude, and even like the crazy stuff that you do on your stream, if I were to do it, people would go, "Wow, that's cringe." But when you're doing it, people are like, "Oh, that's so funny. You're so cool." And I'm like, "Oh, Dyson is cool, and I'm not."
Oh, that's funny.
He's got the charisma.
Got the
I don't know what that means, sir.
charisma.
Oh. Charisma.
You got the
I
charisma.
just embarrassed myself by saying that. That's one time.
Oh goodness.
I'm glad I can baffle you sometimes.
Thank you. Thank you for helping me achieve my goal.
Oh, here's one. And I'm not pointing my fingers at Dyson, but I'm definitely pointing my finger at Dyson. Sometime the worst time that you screwed up somebody else's name and it stuck.
Paithy. Everybody still calls him Paith.
10 years I've known this man.
Today. Let's talk
might
about
be
the guy
because-
today.
It might be because every time you introduce him, it's Paith instead of Pathy. Which I know the difference now, but I don't stop. Sorry, Paith.
It's like etched in my brain. You never corrected me in the beginning.
I'm sure I corrected you maybe once or twice, but I was like,
Maybe.
whatever. I know who you're talking to, so I'm not.
Look where it's gone. Look how we developed it. I was in somebody's. I actually helped somebody with their stream earlier. The Dave guy. What is his name again? I'm trying to remember. I'm gonna look at it. Oh, he's not.
He's a pretty cool dude, Dave.
Yeah, Shea Dave. And I said, oh, yeah, we're part of a stream team. As Pink came in there, and I said, Pink's part of the stream team, Jess, and then Paith. And when I typed it in the TT, and it said Paith, and he goes Paith. And I'm like, yep, that's him.
Years and years of branding down the drain because my best friend can't say my name.
Oh, shit.
Sorry, bud.
Anybody else got one for that? Take the heat off of me. Take the heat off
Anybody
me.
else royally screw up some names? My aunt. I may have said this before on the podcast, or maybe it was on a stream. I know I've talked about it recently, but my aunt, she doesn't like. She I guess she reads phonetically, which I mean I read phonetically too sometimes as well, especially on new words, and so and especially on names. Like I generally just skip over people's names when I'm reading. I skip over people's names. It's irrelevant. I know you as that person, you know. It's not, I don't need to know your name. I know who you are, kind of thing. Like their name is a symbol in my head. Just that's for anybody who doesn't know how to dyslexic's mind works. That's kind of it. The name is a symbol. Anyway, but she comes over. This is early 2000s, and she comes over because she just read the new Harry Potter books, and she wanted to talk with her two nephews about this, you know, popular book that everybody's talking about, and she wanted to be the cool aunt who was talking about the cool, you know, the cool new thing. And so she goes, "Yeah, oh, I love the part where Harry and Ron and Hermione." Who? You reading a different book? Hermione.
My mother also had a hard time with that name.
Well, let's be honest. You had Harry, normal Anglo-Saxon name. Ron, normal Anglo-Saxon name. Hermione. What?
What have you done to her hiney? I don't remember what skit that was. Was it a Saturday Night Live skit, or was it like
Oh yeah,
somebody did that?
I think it maybe it was the whitest kid you know. It feels like
Yeah.
their kind of joke.
What have you done to her hiney? And she had like big wide hips. It was hilarious.
How about this? Obsolete tech that you secretly miss, like VHS, Walkmans, or floppy
Yeah.
disks.
Nintendo 64.
CD player.
What was that?
CD player. CD player.
CD players. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like having physical media that doesn't have advertisements on it.
Yeah.
That was nice.
I like having finished media, or mostly finished media. Working media.
But not melted.
Hey, that's too much to ask around here.
Sorry. But I mean, I guess if your library is a digital library, you didn't lose that. You can still obtain it once you have a device that can connect to it again, right?
Yeah. And Steam is very nice because everything I own is there.
Right, you don't have to
Well,
repurchase all your games.
My new computer doesn't even have a CD drive in it. My old one does, so I can still play some if I had. I do have
yeah.
them. I gotta dig them out if I want to hear
Yeah, I wanted to play an old ROM game, and I had to go find in the dollar bin at the Goodwill a external CD-ROM drive.
Why?
I like old games. I think
Right, but you could just the front panel of your computer comes off. And yes, it's going to ruin the usefulness of your front panel. You'll probably never put it back on again. But you can install a CD drive in your
yeah, but
computer.
the CD drive cost more than $1 in the dollar bin, so that's why I got it out of the dollar bin.
I would not trust that.
Well, I figured it was $1 gamble. I gamble more on the lottery than that, so you know.
Yeah, that's fair. I spent $2 for the what is it, the Powerball, because I was hoping.
Oh, I wanted to win that so bad. I mean everybody wanted to win that, but that would have been nice. I would have.
Even if I could have got, like, one of the smaller prizes, that'd be great. I don't even need to hit the the full thing. Just enough to fix my situation, and then maybe spread it around a little bit.
Right.
That'd be great.
Well, yeah. I was like, I mean, just in my in my world, I was like, it would be so cool to like be able to one get to the Philippines, purchase a business or house or whatever I wanted to do there, get the start on my plans for my Japan plans, and then put a streaming house together so that way we can bring everybody in, maybe not hand out money to everybody, but at least alleviate some bills for some people, that's what I was gonna do with it if I had the opportunity.
I don't think anybody would want to move here. That'd be a terrible plan for me. People would move here, like into the streamer house, and they'd be like, "This sucks" for 6 months, and then they'd leave. You can't go outside; it's too cold. I know. We'd all get cabin fever.
I don't know that Maine is where I would put the streamer house.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all. Don't do that. That's
You
a
gotta find a
terrible idea.
temperate temperature.
Right. Now, if I would find a nice place that has like year round, you can go do stuff. Especially if it's a streamer house, you want things to do outside instead of just always inside.
You're already there. Build the mansion.
Well, I have a huge bit of land, and that's kind of what I was thinking was building on our property that we already own, but it's in the middle of nowhere, so you don't have to worry about neighbor complaints, and we do whatever you want. We own the land, kind of thing. Now we're not talking about a cult or anything like that before anybody gets on.
You'd see me outside on the tractor, waving.
Yeah, yeah. Kilgore was the first one we invited a couple months ago. He's just now getting here.
Everybody else is already there.
Guys, I brought a tractor. Yeah, we see it. Did you bring anything in your suitcase? Well, I did, but I lost it somewhere in Tennessee.
Huh.
I had to pitch it over the side for ballast.
Huh.
Had a close call with an 18-wheeler. I let him have it. It's his now.
I ain't got any clothes. I wanted to, put some hemp out here so I can, manufacture some clothes.
Oh boy. Did you ever have any school field trip stories?
I've never had a school trip ever.
Really? You never went anywhere on school field
No.
trips?
No. Mm-mm.
I used to have a lot of fun on school trips. We did well, I could just tell you about random school trips, but there's one that I didn't get to go on that I should have gone on. And I'm still sour about it to this day. It was right around the same time that it was, in fact, it was around the same time that the Harry Potter books were getting really popular, and the Harry Potter books was one of the first. As a dyslexic, reading's just not my thing. It's not that I can't read; it's that it's a difficult task. And Harry Potter was one of the first books that actually grabbed my attention enough to make me want to fight through the difficult task of reading a whole book. And the school I went to had a reading program that you checked out a book and you logged that you checked out the book, and then when you turned it back in, the librarian would hand you a short 5 to 10 question quiz on what the book was about. And if you could answer all the questions on there to prove that you read it, you would get a point, and then you could accumulate these points for certain prizes or stuff like that. Well, the top prize was a school it was a school I want to say field trip, just because lack of a better term for it, but essentially you got to they took all the kids to Six Flags and during the day, and then when nighttime rolled around, they took everybody to a Texas Rangers game. So it was like you got a whole day off from school, and it was a day of fun for everyone. And I had never met any of the reading goals for any of the prizes until I got the Harry Potters, and I was like, I want to, I'm gonna read all of these, and I'm gonna get the, this reading goal. And so I did it. I got all the points, and then when it came around to time to go, the principal or vice principal, I don't remember who it was. I think it was the vice principal. She just didn't like me, and so she said I couldn't go. And I was like, but I have the points. And then she was like, I don't care, you can't go. You're a trouble child. We're not bringing you the trouble child to the park. And I was like, I was like, what the heck? And years later, I thought about it, and that's considered a giveaway because it was a prize and there was requirements for entry. So technically, by Texas state law, and especially because children were involved, if the statute of limitations weren't up, then I probably could have gotten someone in a lot of trouble had I known that that was illegal at the time. I thought it was just unfair, but turns out it's also illegal to deny a one prize, especially to a child.
Try anyway.
Oh, goodness. Anyway, anybody... Kilgore, did you ever field trip?
I've tripped in many fields, but no.
Who knew that was a weird thing? That
It's not a weird thing. I didn't have anything particularly interesting happen on any field trips, so well, that's not necessarily true. But I think the person that it's about would thank me if I didn't.
you didn't disclose it on the internet.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Screw it.
Just don't use names.
So, I don't remember exactly. It was like 7th or 8th grade. The entire class went to some kind of camp. So like all the boys were in like one or two cabins, and all the girls were in like one or two cabins. And in the middle of the night, I could say this name because he isn't gonna care. Garrett, he was like kind of like smacking me awake, and he's like, dude, and he's pointing across the dark room, and I wake up and I look, and one of the guys was sleepwalking, and he got down out of his bunk and crawled into the bottom bunk with another one of the fellas, and Everybody in that cabin was just roaring with laughter because, and yeah, nobody else woke up, which is the most amazing. We were all laughing because this kid had just gotten down out of one bunk and gotten into the bunk with the other kid, and they were just sound asleep, and everybody was just laughing about it.
That's funny.
And then apparently somebody had gone out behind the cabin and relieved their bowels, and then some other kid slipped in it.
Oh no.
That was about the most interesting. It's not very interesting. It's just a couple series of unfortunate events.
We speaking of, you stirred up another one of mine where we had a class trip that was an overnight, and the so we had gone down to Houston to see the battleship Texas, or Corpus Christi, wherever the battleship Texas is. We had gone down there to see that because we were learning about it in history class, and we had a lot of fun there. We did a couple of other things, but that was like the highlight of the trip. But what was funny was, on the trip, they got two rooms. There was the boys' room and the girls' room and the teacher's room. And they were like, well, we're going to be really smart by putting a piece of tape on the outside of the doors. So if someone opens their door in the middle of the night, who like to go mess with the girls or whatever, they wouldn't be able to put the tape back up on the outside of the door, kind of thing. And what they didn't count on was, and we were on the second floor, but what they didn't count on was a large ledge and openable windows, and so everybody just kind of went in and out as they wanted to through the windows, intermingling, and yeah, it was, and then I think one of the guys fell asleep in the girls' room, and like when the teacher came in to wake everybody up, like was hiding under the bed until the teacher left the room, and then sprinted out the window into the into the boys' room. It was funny. And as far as I know, well, I say as far as I know, the teachers never found out, but one of the girls was the daughter of the teacher, so I'm sure by now she's found out.
Yeah, maybe she's in a podcast and they're asking her, tell what you
Right.
tell your mom what you never told her when you were younger.
or the my X grade teacher is listening to the podcast and was like, "Wait, I took a bunch of students to see the battleship Texas. I remember. Wait, what happened?"
Yeah.
It seems like you could get away with stuff a little bit easier.
Oh. Well, I will purport that it was all on the up and up. Nothing weird happened. Everybody, it was just hanging out. There was no hanky panky or anything like that.
I can't say that about people up this way, because if you're not If you're not bubbled out by 16, you're fucking too late. Fucking ridiculous. Okay, like almost every girl in my school, not all of them, but quite a lot of them were pregnant before they left.
Oh my.
It's nothing else to do.
Yep. Nothing to do. Mhm.
Nothing else to do. No extracurricular activities. There's nothing else around. Your options are pretty much smoke illegal substances, drink illegally, or do the mommy daddy dance.
How about a roller skating rink or anything like that? You have that in your town?
We've got one store in our town and a sawmill. There's literally nothing else to do. So that's why a lot of I am assuming that's why a lot of girls in my school were with child before they left.
So we can make a fortune doing kid activities in that town.
Or just making sure that they weren't doing that. So yeah, unfortunately, yeah. There's not a lot to do.
Speaking of road trips, anybody have a story about most unnecessarily item packed for a road trip? Like my mom would always make us pack like 3 pairs of jeans, and it's like I'm gonna wear the same pair of jeans all weekend. We're only going for 2 days. Why do I need 3 pairs of jeans?
In case one gets wet, and then the other one.
If it gets wet, it gets wet. I'll wear it wet.
What if you crap?
I'm
What if you
a
crap yourself?
male child. Do you think that bothers me?
What if you poop yourself? Huh?
Then I have to live in my shame, okay?
That's exactly that's why your mom was like, nah.
She has to live with the shame as well.
Right, and she didn't want to. That's why she made you pack extra pants.
She would make us pack like 2 pairs extra of socks. It's like,
That's ridiculous.
what if your feet get wet? Then my shoes are wet, and changing my socks isn't gonna do much.
What if? Okay, now hear me out. Okay, it's gonna get a little squirrely here. What if you eat some bad seafood? Okay, you have such a massive backdoor attack.
I don't like
It
where this
leaks
is
down
going.
into your shoes.
Oh God. Well, at
Listen,
that point, just throw the whole child away.
It's happened to somebody. I guarantee it.
Is this a confession, Kilgore?
I said it happened to somebody. I didn't say that somebody was me. Shit, literally.
Well, I have to go, gentlemen. Get ready get my lunch and get ready for the stream here shortly.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, Mr. Dyson.
We both talked at the same time. I didn't catch either one of you said.
I said thank you for joining us, Mr. Dyson.
Oh yeah.
I said enjoy launch and stream.
Launch.
Yeah, launch.
Enjoy your launch.
Blast off.
4, 3, 2, 1. Bye, fellas.
Later.
See ya. Miss you. Then it was down to 2.
Well, and Busey, he still wants us to talk about buttered sausage, but I think we've talked about it. I mean, we can talk about it again.
I'll gladly, buttered sausage.
Let's talk about buttered sausage. What it does, what it's doing, why is it doing the things it's doing?
I don't know. It's not my jam. I don't buy jam.
I don't buy jam. I buy honey and I kiss it on the lips. Oh goodness, he's a loon. And we're loons because we repeat it constantly.
I love it. I love it.
Maybe this is a spoiler for podcasts to come. I'm trying to get GPT as a guest on our podcast, and one of the topic examples that I gave it on the little test podcast that I was doing with it was about Gary Busey and buttered sausage.
Oh boy. We need to, when we get that working, I want to hear that. That needs to be something that I experience in life.
Right?
I'm chatting with AI about Gary Busey.
Right? What are you doing with that supercomputer over there? I don't know. Shooting the shit, talking about Gary Busey.
When you say it like that, it sounds like it's a waste of the technology.
It sounds like a waste of resource. Hey, I pay my $20 a month. I can use it however I see fit.
Oh no.
If somebody else wants to pay that $20, then I'll let them use it their way. But
It's gonna be funny.
right? I think that's gonna be a good podcast once if I can figure out how the logistics on getting it recorded plus being able to hear us properly, and to set up like guidelines and rules so it's not the reason we're canceled because it goes off on some tangent about something.
Right. Like that other one did.
Right. Rest in peace, Tay.
See ya.
Gone but not forgotten.
We're gonna take the lessons we learned from that and apply them forward.
Do you have any the weirdest hometown local business?
Weirdest hometown local business.
Yeah, apparently it thinks that there's places that have bowling alleys with a pet shop in it.
Not really. I mean, there's a place up the road from me that used to, home make like chairs and tables and woodworking things. And it's also kind of like a petting zoo, but it's just because they have a whole bunch of animals, not because you can actually go there and pet the animals. They just have them.
That's
Because
interesting.
it's the middle of them. Yeah.
So what was that that place that went viral? That was like Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage.
I don't know, man.
Because it was like
That
Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage.
That sounds a lot like the Roadkill Cafe from Your Grill to Ours.
Nice.
Yeah, it's just I grew up, Roadkill Cafe. You kill it, we grill it.
Well, I used to do like whenever I answered my cell phone, I never said like just hello or whatever. I always like City Morgue. You stab them, we slab them. How can I help you? Or
Yeah, my dad does that to telemarketers.
or Jeff's bait and tackle. You hook them, we cook them.
Yeah, yeah. I have at least a couple more, but I don't think there's something that we want to.
That they're podcast friendly.
I don't think so. Considering my dad's the one that says them, probably not.
Probably not. For those who don't know, Kilgore's father is not going to be a guest on the podcast because he will get us canceled immediately.
Yeah, and without remorse, because he just says whatever pops
He
into
just-
his head.
He'd just be saying things.
In a way, he's kind of already here. He's in the corner over there, and he's muttering about buttered sausage. But I mean, my dad's not that far gone, but he has no filter. He'll just say whatever the hell pops into his head, and we'll be gone. Let's not do that.
Right. Have you ever had a conversation with a wrong number?
More than one actually. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Back in the days when we had landlines and stuff like that, people would always be getting the wrong number, and we'd literally sit there and try to figure it out. And they're like, "No, I literally," and they say my number, and I'd be like, "Yeah, but I'm not that person you're looking for. So let's try to figure this out. You got to be like a number or two off, or, you know." I'd sit there and I'd help them. I'd be like, maybe it's this combination.
Right. Oh, I had a wrong number call me, and they were asking for advice of their buddy, and I ended up giving them the advice.
I mean, they got what they called for, right? So,
Right? I mean, wrong number, right number. As long as you got the information, right?
I've gotten like wrong texts, but I assume that's just like phishing, scams.
Right.
Like, oh, hey, Natalie, I'm sorry to hear about your grandma or some shit like that. And then when you're just like, oh, I'm not Natalie, and they're just like, oh, well, it's nice to meet you. Let's get to know each other, blah, 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 blah. I'm just like, yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
Have fun finding Natalie.
I will, as the receiver of the wrong number phone call or message, I can start a conversation with you. You are not allowed to start a conversation with me.
Right. That's just weird. No, thank you. Have fun finding Natalie. If that even is her name.
Right?
But yeah, no. Back in the day, no big deal. I'd spend like a half hour trying to figure out, who did what with where and why. And you
Right.
probably dialed the wrong number here. So let's swap those around and try that. I've even had the wrong number call back. No, that didn't work.
Nope, still got it wrong.
All right. Well, what combination you try this time? All right.
Well,
Well, try this
I
one.
mean, do you really need my hand to help brute force this? Just keep going.
Listen, apparently some people need to call you back and be like, "Hey, no, it was the wrong one. Can you help me figure it out?"
I was watching can't remember who it was, but I want to say in my mind it was like Adam Savage, the Mythbusters guy.
Yeah.
I want to say on his YouTube channel he was talking about how he made friends with his number neighbor because someone called their phone number but progressed the phone number by one digit.
Right.
And rang him, and they actually became friends.
It happens.
I I don't know that I could like. At no point in my day am I so bored that I want to strum up a random conversation with someone just because their number is next to mine in the phone book. Numerically in the phone book.
Well, I mean, sometimes you're bored and lonely,
Never been that bored.
or y-
And I've been really
or
bored
you're
before.
or you're Adam Savage.
Right? Uh,
Great guy, or at least as far as I know. I don't want anything to come out later that makes me sound like an idiot.
right?
Um, as far as I know,
Great,
he's a great
great,
guy.
great TV personality.
All right.
Full stop. All other judgments are withheld until later date.
Right. As far as I know, though, he seems like a decent person.
He seems. I love how and this probably goes a lot towards the whole MythBusters as a concept. He's very inquisitive, and I like people who are inquisitive. Because I'm the same way. I don't just go, okay, things work. Okay, I want to know why they work. I don't want to know how they work. And
Personally, I liked Jamie a little bit better.
Jamie Heineman. Yeah, I liked
Yeah.
Jamie. I like Jamie Heineman. He's he very. He's got the same attitude, but regal about it.
Yeah, I think that's why he's just almost stoic about it.
Right, where Adam Savage would geek out about something, which is cool to see someone get excited about something. Jamie was more,
Yeah.
let's think this through logically.
Yeah, it's not that Adam was wrong, because you should you should be very excited about certain things. But I liked how Jamie presented himself in it. He'd be excited, but he'd also be like, hold on.
Right.
It's not
That's
quite right. Close, not quite right. Let's figure out how to do this safely.
right. Let's we have a contractual obligation to the insurance company to not screw this up. So
Yes, Adam, this is very exciting, and we're almost there. But let's take a step back and just analyze for a second. I,
um
I just,
go on.
I just like that. That's all I was saying.
Yeah. Times that you fell for obvious sarcasm. You have any of that?
What?
Times that you fell for obvious sarcasm, like you didn't understand that someone was being sarcastic until it was like way too late, and you're like, "Oh,
Who?
you're all right, all right, asshole."
Shit.
Yeah, I had a I had a boss who did that to me once. Um, I can't remember what it was, but like his answer to the question was the same exact question, like he didn't hear me, kind of thing. It was like, "What?"
What?
And so I said it again. He's like, "What?" And I was like, "I said it again." And he's like, "No, my answer is what?" I was like, "Well, then don't scrunch your face up like you didn't hear me." Like,
My dad
like
will do that all the time.
tell me you didn't. Tell me that this is your answer, not that you're confused.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
Dad will do that to me all the time. And then
Yeah.
I'll keep repeating myself, and then he just keeps,
It's
And then
like they
after a
it's
while,
like they
I
all went to the
realize
same
he's
school
just
of jackassery.
yeah. I just realized he's just being a dink about it. So I'm just like, yeah, okay,
All right, man.
all right, Dad, shut up. I love you. Shut up. uh, Other than that, I don't know if this actually counts, but one of my bosses used to call me Bull, and he
Oh.
never explained whether he meant, bullshit, bullheaded, or in a china shop. Because I asked him, and he just walked away.
Yeah, that's there was a I want to say that like, there's another time that's standing out, but it's just right outside of my consciousness. I can't pull the story.
Come on,
Like,
kill him.
come on, come on.
No, not you, B. Get away.
um, let's move on. What's the dumbest argument that you had that lasted way too long?
Uh, so my buddy Brandon was very proud of his 82 Monte Carlo,
Right?
and he used to tell everybody it had a 350 in it. It did not. It did not have a 350 in it. So in the middle of a party that we were having, he was, had the hood open. He was talking about it, all this, to everybody, and everybody's like, "Ooh, ah," and I walk over and I look under the hood and I go, "That's a 305." He goes, "You can't tell that just by looking at it. It's the same, because they're the same size. You shouldn't be able to physically look at it and go, that's this instead of this." However, an experienced eye will see that the exhaust manifolds, the stock ones anyway, are just a little bit smaller on the 305 than they are the 350.
Uh-huh.
And I brought that up to him, and he was very cross. And I assume he probably would still be very cross to this day, but he doesn't have the ability.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Anybody on the
yeah.
podcast want to guess why? Kilgore's humor.
We'll give you 3 guesses as to why my friend has no ability to be cross about
Be
it anymore.
upset about it anymore. Oh gosh. Um.
Oh shit.
You fucking made me forget my my story. Let me reread the
Sorry.
prompt. The dumbest argument that went on for way too long. Um. Oh, I argued with a in roleplay. I argued with an admin for maybe like 8 to 12 hours
Why?
about because they were trying to like say that I had done something wrong or like that. So there was a whole without getting into it. There was a whole problem with this whole situation. A bunch of admin abuse, and I was dealing with um one of the few admins that weren't involved. But because it was already an admin abuse thing, I was not willing to take any shit from anyone because, again,
Right.
there was already an admin abuse, and in fact, the complaint was against the owner of the server. That it was that far up admin abuse.
Holy moly.
And but my dyslexia had me all fucked up, and so when I was reading um reading what they were saying, I misread what they had said, and I can't remember exactly what the wording was. But essentially, I thought that he was telling me that I had committed multiple offenses. I had admitted in my ticket to, or whenever I was reporting, I admitted to something that was technically against the rules. Technically, it was a bit metagamey, but because it was as one character, I was answering questions as one character for the other one of my characters. But we also were not, like, technically we weren't in roleplay because I was an admin at the time. I was an admin at the time of this, or either I was an admin or I used to be an admin kind of thing. It was one of those where I was on the inside track, and so there was a lot of times where when I was doing things, I was helping and it wasn't role play. We were, and this time we were testing vehicles, and deciding which vehicles that we were going to keep as the, because I was head of, well, at the time I was second in command of EMS. I was head of EMS before then. Anyway, politics aside, my opinion was valid to insert in because I was essentially second in command of both the police and the hospital. And so I was on my police character because I was talking with the chief, and we were discussing which of the police vehicles that we wanted to keep and which ones we could get rid of because they needed to reduce the amount of custom cars on the server. And so we were discussing that, and while we were out there, we also, again, we're spawning vehicles in, so it's not like we're role playing that we're testing vehicles for some sort of state inspection or some shit. We're spawning vehicles in, and so we spawned in the EMS vehicles and did a bunch of tests with the EMS vehicles handling and stuff like that, which ones we wanted to keep. And so I, gave my opinion, and you don't have any right to, blah, 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 you're, this is the wrong character, blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, the admin that is now yelling at me about going out of character is, again, spawning things in and out of character this entire conversation. But now, as soon as I said something, as soon as I offered my opinion, it was, but anyway, so in this ticket, though, this other admin, this secondary admin, said something, and I read it as he was trying to blame me for multiple offenses and stuff like that, besides just me talking through one character about another character's opinion kind of thing. And I argued forever, and he must have thought that I was fucking crazy because I went back and checked the logs, and he said it correctly every time. I don't know where I got the miscommunication besides my dyslexia screwing me over. But he said it correctly every single time, but I must have seemed like a crazy person because I was like, no, it's only one. And it's like, yeah, just the one. No, there's only one. Yeah, just the one.
Yep.
I can't believe you're doing this to me. I only did the one thing. Uh-huh. And it wasn't until I, like, because I was at work at the same time. Like, I was on the job when this was happening. It wasn't until I had to go do something else and step away, cool down, came back to reread where we were, and I was like, so I misread. I'm sorry. I think we're done with this ticket, don't you?
I would like to say that I haven't been there, but I've also been there.
Oh,
'cause
yeah?
of the same reason. Yeah. I too must look like a crazy person to some people.
I mean,
But
it was
that's
it was an honest mistake, and you know, I'm not gonna name any names, but if you're out there and you're listening, thank you for being understanding, even as I was being a dumbass and not reading properly.
Thank you.
Anyway, that's gonna do it for the 10th episode of the Late Night Shenanigang podcast. We will be back next week. Maybe with GBT, maybe with some other guest. We'll see. Mr. Kilgore, is there anything you'd like to say on closing?
Be kind to one another. And go love on these guys on all of their different platforms and all of their different places and things and words and stuff. Please and thank
Words
you.
and stuff. Yeah. Catch us on the podcast, catch us streaming, or catch us on our 24-hour streaming channel. If you've got weird hours, so do we. Thanks everybody for listening, and goodbye.